Recently, I traveled to Costa Rica and I thought I would get advantage to many of my platinum credits and perks, and that didn't happen. And I think it's important to make a video and set the record straight, especially when it comes to the Venture X, a card that I realize many of you love, and I didn't get it at first, but I think now I do.
Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about points, credit, bonuses, and travel. Why do I need to say that? I would like to say something smarter. Like what's smart about credit cards?
I know.
We're talking about points, credit cards, bonuses, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Bravo.
My recent travel to Costa Rica made me realize that the platinum was not what I thought. And I thought it was important to tell you exactly why, and by doing that, also revisiting the Venture X and see why you guys keep telling me about it. And even though I did show many videos that I thought that the Venture X was a great credit card, seems that it might be a little better than what I thought. So let's get down to it. So recently I went to Costa Rica. I thought I would travel using the lounges for the first time. I traveled with Delta. Had my 7-year-old daughter with me. I made a video about this. And apparently the day before, just the day before, the Delta Sky Clubs changed their policy, and for every visitor, now you need to have either an additional platinum, so an authorized user, or for your kids, your underage kids, you need to pay $50 per person. So I was so surprised to go there for the first time in my life and ask $50 for my 7-year-old daughter that didn't even want to go. I kind of pushed her to go. So yeah, needless to say that was a big turn off for me, since the platinum has the reputation of being the lounge credit card, the default lounge credit card. And yeah, that really left a very bitter taste in my mouth. But that didn't stop there. Let me reverse a little bit and go back to when I was about to board my plane, or just before, as I was going through security. My flight was at 6 a.m. in the morning, and there was two options for me: go through TSA Pre or go through Clear. Now, for some reason, maybe I didn't give the right number for my TSA Pre. It wasn't going through, but I said, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to use Clear. So I didn't bother. I said to the associates, I don't want your help. Thank you so much. I'm just going to use my Clear. Going to TSA Pre, they were open at 4 o'clock, but Clear opens up at 4:30. Clear opens 30 minutes later. Now, mind you, Clear charges $185 or $189 per year. TSA Pre with global entry is $100 every 4 years, so $25 a year. What a disappointment Clear is. So we go through Clear 30 minutes late, and still had to remove shoes, still had to remove jackets. The only thing that I didn't have to remove was laptop in the bag. Dallas International Airport here in Virginia, yeah, they did a really bad job. I don't know if it was just that specific airport, but yeah, that really watered down even the Clear experience, on top of being late. So the whole Clear thing to me is very shady right now. And then we have the incident with the Sky Club. And then, while in Costa Rica, I really wanted to book one more hotel. So I thought it was a great idea to use my hotel credit, $200. And as I go through the options in the app, the Amex app that is, I realize it doesn't show anything available. Now, yes, it's a high season in Costa Rica right now, but again, when I was going to the website of these hotels, the availability was there. I could book from booking.com. I could book directly from the hotels, but I couldn't book through the Amex because it didn't want to give me that $200 credit. In which, in some cases, because these hotels are super expensive, what they're using, I understand in the US you might find cheaper, you might even get in a hotel for free. But in Costa Rica at this time of the year, I was looking for something like a Four Seasons, right? The Four Season was $2,000 a night. That would give me 10% basically discount, the $200 credit. And that even wasn't available. So very disappointed. Even that didn't work. On the last video I did about the Venture X and the Platinum, you guys said that the Venture X points should be the same value as the Amex because you thought that since they have basically the same travel partners, they should get 1.5 evaluation. And you know what? I agree. Not because it's 1.5, but in my case, especially with the Platinum, I haven't even gotten more than 1.2 cents per point. To be honest, I know many of you guys travel business and first class, good for you, and you get a whole lot more value, but I don't. I travel coach, maybe comfort plus, like I did with my flight with Delta, but that's about it. So for me, in my case, and this is what I'm going to show here, in my case, yes, they're equal. I'm going to give them 1.5 cents per point, and that's it. I want you to remember I have nothing against the Platinum, and I have nothing for or against Venture X. So with that in mind, let's get down to today's presentation and come back to wrap it up. Now, you will see on the first column here, I have the Platinum with all the benefits, all the credits that it has. And I'm not going to go through them. But we've done this countless times in this channel. But the return on spend is 53.16. The Venture X is going up in evaluation from last time. So it's 32.54, and this is due the points value that I added. So it's instead of giving 1 cent per point, I give 1.5 cents per point. And then the Platinum, based on my use case scenario, is the last. You will see I deleted the credit for Clear, hotels, Equinox, and the Sky Club. I don't give any value for the lounge access, but for me, the best selling point for the Platinum is the experience. It's supposed to be an experience credit card. It's supposed to be a luxury credit card. So even if it was the same return on spend with any other credit card, but it gave me these experiences that I value, then I would go for the Platinum every day of the week. But in this case, it was another disappointment for me. The return on spend, for my case, it's 42.87. As we know, what happens in the first year is one thing, what happens in the second and every year after when we don't have the sign-up bonus is another. And you will see that for someone that uses all the credits, the return on spend is 10.23 for the Amex Platinum, 4.95 for the Venture X, and 5.59 in my case. Now I decided to do the my case Platinum scenario here and comparing to the Venture X with these new updated numbers and see what's going on when I use only for travel, because that was eye-opening on the last video, but in this video you will see that it's more dramatic. The Venture X, after spending $5,000 on travel alone, is 10.53 return on spend, and the Platinum is 12.73, at least for my case. You might say, yes, it's still 2% more, but this is if I use all these credits. And sometimes I do have to force myself because I don't travel every month and I don't use the Uber credit for other than Uber Eats. So I do force myself in a way sometimes to buy things in order to get these credits, but I still do it and I enjoy it. Therefore, I'm good with it. It's still 2% more. But look what happens when we go and spend some more and we go to $15,000. When you spend $15,000 on a travel, the return on spend on the Venture X is 11% and 9.4 on the Platinum for my case. And the last example, I'm going all the way in, $30,000 for travel, 11.12% for the Venture X, and then 8.47 for the Platinum. It's clear to me that there's a downward trend. The more you spend with the Platinum, the less value you get, and the more you spend with the Venture X, you get more, but then it plateaus, but then it stays. So 11% return on spend for the Venture X is crazy because it's almost guaranteed 8%. 8% for a credit card is incredible, and that's for travel. And it's not like it doesn't give you anything. It does give you priority pass. So it's not like you're getting something like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, where it doesn't give you anything. Does that mean I'm gonna quit my Platinum? Not anytime soon. I know many of you said in the comments on my previous video that I should have authorized users. First of all, my daughter is 7, so she can't have a credit card. I have my wife as an authorized user. I have a couple of friends as an authorized users, and they spend a lot of money on these credit cards and they take advantage of them. And yes, for 175 more, like the trip in Costa Rica, I got with points that all of us basically spend on. So I get the benefit of traveling for free. So Platinum is not going anywhere in my case, but I can see why many of you get upset when the Platinum is presented as the credit card to have, and the Venture X is presented as a lesser credit card. But in all reality, looks like the Venture X was gonna give you basically the, if not the same, very close to what you have as a return on spend on the Platinum. And based on a poll that I did just before I start shooting this video, most of you, about 90% of you, don't use all the Amex Platinum credits, which tells me that I'm not alone in this one. And if I'm not alone in this one, then maybe your numbers look more like mine, and your experience is closer to mine than anyone else's. So if that's the case, then you might as well use the Venture X and get done with it. If you're happy with the lounge access, if you don't have kids, if you know you travel a lot and you get advantage of all the status that it provides and all the benefits and the lounges and everything, then that's fine. That's a different story. But the more I realize, the more I travel, I realize that in my case, the Platinum is just a nice to have and nothing more than that. And if it wasn't for the authorized users I have and all the spending they're doing and the points I'm getting, I would probably just go for the Venture X. But that's all for today, guys. Let me know what you think. What's your experience with the Platinum and all the credits and the points that it has? Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Ciao.